What's up, ladies and gents? Srine, one your host here. Welcome back. This is part 3 of our Assassin's Creed 100% Platinum walkthrough for Assassin's Creed Shadows. Thanks to Ubisoft, of course, for allowing me to show off the game to you guys. For those of you that were able to watch this before the game actually comes out, thank you so much for the likes, for the comments, and all that kind of stuff. Really appreciate it. I take a lot of time to make these types of videos, even more than live streaming. Obviously, this is a game that is tailored to live streaming, in my opinion. I've found that as the older I get and the more experienced I am on YouTube now, this is being my 15th year where I've done walkthroughs and stuff like that, I have found that some games are just more accessible in a live stream format, and some games are more accessible in a video format. This game is perfect for live streaming, but I was just so lucky enough to be able to get the game super early, you know, over 10, 15 days early. And because of that, I can't just stream it as soon as I get it, and I didn't want to sit on it and not do anything with it for 15 days and then wait until the embargo lifts and then I can start streaming it. So that is why you're seeing all of these videos come out and everything like that. I know I would much rather do this in live stream format, but we gotta do what's best for the channel, and hopefully, you know, all of you out there are leaving a like and commenting below, because that's what really helps us to continue to be able to get these opportunities from these companies to be able to play these games early and get these platinums out. I know I'm not going to be the first person that's going to be able to accomplish the platinum. I believe this game was leaked, if I'm not mistaken, so I'm sure there's plenty of people that probably already have the platinum, even by the time I'm saying this right now. But so let me cover what we're going to be doing in this particular video, right? So make sure you always check the timestamps. Now, those are found in the description, and they are also found on the pinned comment. Or you can click the bottom of the video, and it'll show up, if you're on desktop on the right side, all of the chapters that are in, meaning that all of the different spots that I recommend that you go to if you want to see something particular. Remember, I always label missions if they're actually main missions and tied to the story. I will always, label, like, say, if we're doing a shrine like this one right here, it'll just say, the shrine, and it'll tell you, you need to do shrines honored, kind of like that. That way you know what we're doing. So one of the reasons we're coming to this place first here is because not only do we have these 3 shrines to get in this location, and you see the symbol, how it's kind of orangish or whatever. Well, that means you're going to get a knowledge point, and you need those knowledge points in order to rank up, which will get you higher levels of different abilities and skills and stuff. So if you remember in the previous episode, I told you that there's these certain guys around the map randomly that have this little king icon above them. Those are the ghost targets. I still don't understand exactly what the ghost targets are for. Maybe I missed it or something. I wasn't paying enough attention. But so anytime you see those, you want to immediately go and take them out. Now, because we're playing it like an old Assassin's Creed game, which is the same way I did Valhalla, I'm not a fan, honestly, of the RPG era Assassin's Creed stuff. So I prefer that to be able to take the guys out immediately. Anybody that you see, as long as they don't know your presence, you should be able to take them out, because his neck is right there. Why not be able to use it? So obviously, you would, at this point in the game, you would probably not be able to get the kill if you didn't have that turned on, so just remember that. But you'll see these little white outlines every time you take them out, and then there might be other people in the area. You can also try to distract other people to get them around, so you don't have to fight both of them if you want as well. But another thing to note is we're going to be picking up some new weapons during this part. I'm actually going to be switching to that weapon, and I believe it is a much better weapon than the katana. And the reason I say that is because it's a faster weapon, and you can do so many cool moves with it. A lot of acrobatics. It really does make you feel like a ninja with that. So I'll tell you more about it, of course, once we actually get to it. So just finish this Ronin off here. I'm getting a little bit better with the combat, I will admit. Still trying to get used to everything. It does take some time. Remember, every now and then you'll unlock certain things, and make sure you check out your inventory and equip everything that you get, because you could be like me, and sometimes you'll go, an hour or two without realizing, oh my gosh, I forgot to go into the inventory system and didn't upgrade, my weapons and stuff like that. So I've been using the same weapons for a while and stuff. So always take a look at that and make sure you're equipping things that you need to. But then again, you might pick up items that you cannot equip just yet. But once you continually level up, go back to them. It could also be that you get a level 8 item, and by the time you get to that, you're already so much more beefed up that that one isn't even going to, like, maybe you got like one that's 2 levels beyond that, or you forgot. So, there's so many different weird things that you can do and stuff like that in this game. So the next thing I'm going to show you is this, what's called I guess it's pronounced maybe Kofun. This is called Out to Pasture here. But that is a specific side mission that you can do. When you see the exclamation points, it usually means it's a side mission that you're going to be able to accomplish. But on the way to this side mission here, and I'll always show you guys, you know, where it is on the map and stuff, because I do a lot of cuts to get to certain locations, because it does take a lot of time to go from one place to another. I don't want to waste your time. I want this to be informative so you can use this as a walkthrough. But with that being said, we saw this coffin, I think is how it's pronounced. You can let me know if I'm wrong. And essentially what these locations are, remember, as long as it has the little orange thing on it, that means it is a knowledge point, which helps you level up. Not necessarily give you skill points, it helps you get to the next tier of skills. So if you go inside here, you need to find and loot the chest. Now there's one thing in here that we can't get. That is because it has something to do with later in the game, so you're going to be coming back in here again. There's like an area where you can't get through yet. Either you don't have the correct weapon, or maybe there's a skill or something that you need in order to get into it, but we're not getting it right now. So we're going to get 2 trophies in here. One of the trophies is going to be for using your hook and kind of doing a multiple connection with your hook, meaning that you're going to hook one thing, jump, and while you're still in the air, go to another hook. That will be one trophy we're going to get up here in just a minute. And then the second trophy we're going to get is just by completing one of the coffins. So there's all kinds of them spread throughout the world. You just need to complete one to get those 2 trophies. So I will sit back here and talk to you guys again once we get to that point. All right, here we are. So what you're going to do is just like a normal thing. You're going to hit the L1, and then you're going to go across. You're going to wait until your body is at the forward momentum point so you can jump to the next one. Hit X, and then hit L1 again. And you should unlock Hook, Line, and Swinger. This is trophy 9 of 55. And just a few minutes later, once we complete this coffin, then we'll also unlock trophy number 10, which is to complete your first coffin as soon as you grab this right here.
Time to go.
There you go. This one's called Coffin Raider or Kofun Raider. Coffin. I'm guessing coffin makes more sense. So we're already 15% through with the trophies, although they're going to get much, much harder as we continue to go on. These first ones are just basic combat or traversal related things. And you can see we've also unlocked a trinket, a gold trinket as well, which really, really is good. There's another trophy that you can get if everything you have equipped is legendary. We're not getting that just yet, but as you can see, we picked up another knowledge point for that. I do see like a little area here that you can go to. I just want to check it out to see if there's anything in there. But yeah, so again, we're going to be moving quite fast through a lot of these areas and stuff like that as I'm exploring. Anything that I feel is pertinent to the information that you all need, then I will make sure it's in the video. If it's something mundane that I don't feel is going to add anything to the overall structure of getting a platinum, remember, this is not a Let's Play. So a lot of you might be used to seeing my 100% platinum kind of Let's Plays where we're live streaming and we're going through it. I would much, much rather live stream a game like this, but when you get the game early again, it's, you know, I just don't want to sit on it for 10 days and then do the live stream once the embargo lifts. When I have it, I can do videos, I can get these videos out there, and you guys can start figuring out how to do your own platinums for the game, because this is a guide, right? My walkthrough videos are guides. They're here to help you figure out how to achieve what I'm achieving and maybe come up with your own way of doing it as well. So since it's not a Let's Play, there's going to be a lot of skipping areas and things like that. So I just want to make sure you guys know that, because I know a lot of you are like, Srine, you're going too fast. You're not letting us see you get from point A to point B sometimes. Well, like I said, there's a reason because of that. So here is the area that you cannot get into just yet. Again, it's most likely either a weapon of some sort that you can use to break that, and we just don't have that specific weapon equipped yet. These little things here, you just need to throw one of your kunais at, and then it'll automatically explode. Also, once you finally do Yesuke, then you'll be able to use your bow and arrow to do that. And as you can see, we're back at the beginning of kind of where we started. So once we head out of here, we'll go back into our equipment, and we have some things to take a look at, some skills to look and see if anything we have can be upgraded. Always remember, folks, to go into your inventory system every now and then so that you don't forget if you haven't done it in quite a long time. As you can see here, this is our first trinket, plus 10 damage per unused ability slot. So that means if you have, say, 3 or 4 ability slots and only 1 is used, so that means you get a 30%, right? As you can see, we're not quite a level 11 yet, so we can't equip any of those. Now, you see this second slot here. Eventually, that's going to be filled here in just a little bit, and then we'll have another weapon. You do have your normal common, uncommon, rare, legendary, epic style. Sometimes the epics or even legendary aren't as good as the epic. I mean, it just depends on what you're looking for in the stats. Some have specific stats that might cater to one thing or another. As you can see, we've made it up to knowledge rank 2 at this point, and we have 5 ones to get. So we need 9 more in order to get to knowledge rank 3, which we will get 9 more in this video, because we're busting through trying to get these videos out to you guys and trying to, so, make sure you leave a like as we're going through this and comment. All that stuff just really helps us to be able to reach that algorithm and continue to bring these walkthroughs and guides to all of you. I think the double assassinate's probably going to be one that'll really come in handy. Most of y'all are so used to this kind of way that the tree works, although I did not like the way the skill system and everything like that worked in Assassin's Creed Valhalla, because you were just getting a bunch of stupid things and it just went on and on and on. It just didn't make a lot of sense to me. This door assassination is something that you want to make sure you pick up as well, because we're going to be getting a trophy for it in just a little bit. So now you can see out to Pasture. So what this is just a tiny side mission. And essentially it just means that every bandit you see, once you take them out, you need to do a total of 25 bandits. It'll count automatically. You don't have to have it actually equipped or anything like that, but it'll just be like kind of a side mission helping out the actual town and whatnot. And there's a total of, I believe, 25 bandits. So when you're just going around the world, you know, take those guys out and you'll eventually finish this mission.
I thank you for stopping. Not many linger with the bandit presence here.
They've been causing you trouble?
Trouble for everyone. I see most of what goes on here while grazing my animals. Things going missing in the night. People stalked. Animals butchered. What if I'm next?
I'll keep an eye out for the bandits here, and stop them if it comes to that.
I would be grateful. We all would.
Alright, so at this point, we're going to go ahead and continue on with our main mission objective here. Now, remember, there are two main missions that you can be doing right now, and that's either taking out the female that you saw when those guys attacked you and your dad, or the male that your father took his ear. He's the one that you really want to take down, you know, because he's the one that actually, the first guy that you know, who said to make him suffer, essentially. But right here's where you can find this mission here in Sakai, and let's keep it going.
These letters are the key to the better life, brother. Access to Imai Sokyu himself. He may invite you to a tea ceremony.
You are a fool! Sokyu-san knows me. He won't believe that I suddenly hold contracts for 30 bars of silver for the Portuguese of Nagasaki, or a shipment of Tanegashima Teppo for Oda Nobunaga.
These forgeries could fool Lord Nobunaga. One bears his seal.
That looks suspicious, even by Sakai standards.
If I am quoting this right, I'll be...
Since we're not playing the canon version, you definitely need to be wary of what you choose, because sometimes you can choose the wrong thing, because you are making the choices yourself.
Don't be a fool. She's just some street thief who heard your childish cries.
We all work for the Imai, do we not? Everyone in Sakai knows that.
You don't look or sound like you from Sakai.
Don't be stupid. Not everyone who works for them was born here.
Who is your conducting house Imai? Sokyu's son? Or his daughter?
I work for the daughter.
Imai Sokyu has no daughter. You lie. If you want them so bad, you could pay us 500 won.
You are testing my patience. Do you know what I am? My people are born to kill. I am Shinobi.
Now, I believe no matter what you choose, this is going to happen, because when I played this during the preview event, the same thing happened no matter what choice you get. So you do need to chase the guy down and take him out.
These letters will help me pass as a traitor. Maybe I can barter away in finding the woman with the gold teppo.
All right, so at this point, you need to talk to Imai Sokyu. So what you want to do essentially here is, again, these missions are so cool because you have to figure them out. It just doesn't tell you where it is. Now, once you get close to it and then you press the LT, it'll highlight in blue wherever kind of the location that it is. But you need to figure it out. You need to do it all yourself. Or you could use your scouts, of course. But either way, I really like this. But you could, of course, turn guided on. And with guided on, it just means the emblem always shows you where it is. You don't have to go through the trouble of trying to locate it. We don't want to do that. We like to enjoy trying to figure somewhat of a challenge ourselves. So just head to that blue section, obviously, that you saw that we just did for the scouting. And when you get close enough, eventually you will see the little blue marker there. It's on the right side. Like I said, it can be a little weird the way that they do this whole system here. But you can see the blue there, and that's where we need to head to continue. And you'll have to make choices again. You'll have to say different things depending on. So make sure you're paying attention to story-related stuff. That way it's a little easier for you.
No one enters House Imai uninvited.
Forgive my ignorance. I'm a trader and would like to speak with Master Sokyu. I'm told he knows everyone in Sakai.
That's true, but he doesn't grant an audience to just any merchant who comes to his door.
I'm not just any merchant. I bring letters, trade contracts.
Let me see. Silver for Nagasaki. My father has some holdings and could help you with that. An order of Tanegashima Teppo. This bears the seal of Lord Nobunaga. You do know my father is his tea master?
Of course.
And that my father supplies Teppo for Lord Nobunaga's army. You're either very naive or incredibly bold.
I heard you need to take risks to succeed in Sakai. Why should we be rivals when we can work together?
You are more shrewd than I took you for. We can find what you need for a modest share of the profit. What shall I call you?
Sanuki.
I am Sokun. Welcome to Sakai. Nothing in this city comes without cost. Except that piece of advice. I have business in town. Walk with me, and we'll take the measure of each other.
The people know you.
They know the Imai family.
Are all tea masters so revered in Sakai?
Only a few. But my father is much more than that. He would be first to tell you so.
You do not respect your father?
I do. It takes a smart man to rise as high as he. A hard man. I hope to have such steel in me when the family business is mine. And speaking of business, excuse me while I deal with a minor affair. Shota! You still owe us money. Imai Sokyu is displeased.
These are hard times. You will have your money next week.
Lord Nobunaga may be coming for a visit. He too would be annoyed by this inconvenience.
You will have it tomorrow.
You and your father know Lord Nobunaga personally?
He is Lord Nobunaga's tea master. My father owes much of his fortune and influence to him. In return, we advocate for Lord Nobunaga in Sakai.
I didn't think someone like Lord Nobunaga cared for culture.
On the contrary, he takes the ceremony very seriously. He wishes to show his mastery on and off the field of battle.
Some call him a tyrant.
Not loudly. Some think his actions extreme. Others call them daring. But no one has united this warring land the way he has.
You admire him?
I respect his effectiveness. These are uncertain times. But the Imai clan will thrive, so long as Lord Nobunaga has power.
Do you speak that tongue?
Portuguese? A little. You can hear more and more of it spoken in our streets. It makes some nervous.
That they might invade?
That they take over our markets. We need to control the sea trade. That will be my legacy. This is my office.
I thought you had business in town.
In Sakai, deals are sealed over sake.
I'd rather you invite me for tea. I hear those ceremonies can open doors.
My father serves tea to the most powerful in the land. Why would he sit down with you?
With the approval of House Imai, I'll bring in bigger, better contracts. To our mutual profit.
That is exactly the degree of boldness one needs to survive and thrive in Sakai. Very well. I'll speak to my father. To success.
There is one more thing I would ask. They say Sakai leads the teppo trade. I'd like to meet merchants of that sort, or even other women with an interest there.
A gathering of women with an interest in teppo? That's worth proposing just to see his reaction. I'll ask him. Inform yourself on tea etiquette, then find yourself some more appropriate robes. A kosode, perhaps?
Of course. These are my traveling clothes.
Very good. Take the time you need to prepare, then return to House Imai.
The kosode for the tea ceremony will be part of my disguise. I'll need to choose wisely.
All right, there we go. Searching is complete, and that will again open up more quests. We're not going to continue on with this specific one. What we're going to be continuing on is, if you remember, we did the Fatherless Monk quest in the previous video, where we helped out the guy's like kind of temple or whatever, and we're trying to figure out where the guy with the ear is. So what we're going to do is, you can go in here and you can see by clicking on one of these two, like they're both on the bottom areas there. And you can see the missions that you need to do in order to do it. Now, we've already completed the one. Both of them already have one completed on the bottom. But we're going to go ahead and finish up this guy's for this video. And then the next video, we'll finish up hers. So I'm trying to make it, you know, blend in as much as I can. But essentially what we're going to do is we need to kill the executioner. So we know that he's in Izumi. He's west of a certain location. And this is where the location is going to be. And you can see we use the scout. You don't have to use the scout there. You can just you know, look at the clues and go there yourself. And then once you get close enough. Now this is also a part of Izumi Settsu. So that means we also have more viewpoints to get. So we're going to grab all these viewpoints as well. But we're going to do it in the course of actually doing the missions. So I've fast traveled over here to this point, and I've made myself over to this castle. This castle area is where we're going to be doing a main mission later on. So I didn't want to show you too much of the castle area right now, but there's a reason that we're all the way over here getting this viewpoint first. As always, now that we have the viewpoints, we can go ahead and take a look around. We've unlocked a few more things. We can see that our main objective is not too far from here. But if you notice, there's something inside here that you can grab. You see that little door right there? Now, when you're going through here and you're doing the castles, you know, you can make that a separate section. I'm not going around here getting everything inside this area, but something kind of caught my eye and I wanted to check it out. So this means in order to get this, you need to defeat all the samurai Daisho. So there's a total of 5 of them. What we're going to do right now is go and do that. So we're just going to head around. This is going to give us the opportunity to grab the next trophy, which is to take out this guy. This is in the same building that we were just in. We just went downstairs. And it just gave us an opportunity to grab the Master Shinobi, which was trophy number 11 out of 55. So we're just outside of where we were. This is the first guy. They have these little like kind of little helmets above them. So you just need to grab their attention, take them out. and that'll be 1 of 5. There's a total of 5 of them. We're going to go ahead and skip around until we find them. You have to go and look for them, and that takes a very, very long time to go around this entire castle. Again, this castle area is one of the places that you're going to take out your main target. So you're not quite there in the story yet, so that's why I don't want to like kind of go around here too much, as we're going to be spending a lot of time in here in just a little bit. Our next samurai is going to be inside here, so this is where you could have also got it if you were going around doing this as well, but you have to have the specific skill that allows you to do this. I always find it weird that you have to buy a skill to do something so simple as this, but that's just the way that these games usually work. I'm pretty sure you had to do that in Ghost of Tsushima as well. So that's 2 of 5. That means we have 3 more, and you can see already where the next one's going to be. So we're going to go ahead and head over to that area now. So we're just outside of where we were. We're going to drop down here. And then we're going to take out the 3 of 5. The last 2 are all the way on the other side, and this castle is huge. And I did this entire castle area looking for these guys without being seen and ruining stealth. So that was quite a challenge. It's just, this would have been over an hour and a half long, because it literally took that long for me to go from one side of the castle to the other, because there's just, it's just a huge, huge area with a lot of enemies. So I just didn't want to waste all of your time. Eventually we're going to do this castle and do everything inside it, get all of the gold and all that kind of good stuff. But for right now, we're just trying to grab these so we can get the good loot. So here is the next one. He's going to be located kind of in the top left part, if you're looking at it from the north side. It's, again, I really don't like the whole whistle mechanic in these games. It's just so weird, in my opinion, the way that it works, because it just makes the game feel so kind of tedious and not as fun to me. I just, you know, I don't mind whistles in video games. I just make better placement so that the whistles kind of make more sense, as opposed to just whistling and then, you know, grabbing one guy at a time. I mean, that's not very fun gameplay, but it's the best way for you to do it. So, you know. All right, the final one is going to be over here. And again, you just have to go around and look for them. They can be in different locations for you. And that'll be 5 of 5. So now at this point, we can go and head back to the top of the castle area where we got the viewpoint and grab that loot box. Which you can see where that is right there. That's that big thing in front. So you kind of get a sense of where you are to the map there. So head back in, and then we're going to grab the loot. There you go. So we got another mask. Now, one thing, yeah, we can see that we still can't equip any of those good things, but we have a new weapon that's already equipped. I don't know if you noticed that or not. It's in the second one. And the reason that I have it and you didn't see me just equip it is because it just happened randomly when we were taking out just like kind of some dudes, and they dropped a new weapon and we picked it up. So, and that's why we have it. So you'll get it randomly too. It's not, or you can purchase it. Actually, you know what? I take that back. Yes. So what actually happened is I went to a merchant and I was selling off all of my stuff. You know, the merchants can be found at cities and things like that. Now I remember, and I just purchased it and bought it. I totally forgot about that. I've been playing so much of this game, so I have like a lot on my mind. But yeah, so I just bought it. That way we could have it. And this weapon's so great that I'm pretty much essentially going to be using it for a while now. So it's just really good because you can buff it up and get some really good stuff. Obviously, you can buff up your katana too, but this is called the Tanto. So what we're going to do is we're going to equip a new ability on the Tanto. And this ability is really, really cool. It actually allows us to essentially be invincible for 20 seconds, and it's called the Shadow Piercer. So the camera turns like kind of all white and blackish like this, and then your character will dodge infinitely for 20 seconds, meaning that you can just continue to plow on any enemies. If you have a bunch of enemies hitting you at once, you'll dodge every single move for 20 seconds. It does take a little time for it to kind of beef back up and be able to use it again, and it is something that costs 4 mastery points, but it is really, really good, and we're going to be using it quite a bit coming up in the next little while, and it really comes in handy, especially when we have to do the big boss fight, because other than that, I would have easily died without having that ability, because even though they tell you, you know, not to face multiple enemies when it comes to using her as a character, they put you in situations where you're fighting multiple enemies. Now, I think the section that I'll talk about a little bit later is a section that you can actually stealth for the most part, but it didn't do a good job at letting you know that, because you essentially, I'll explain it to you later. I'm getting so ahead of myself, and I apologize, but yeah, so we'll get to that once we get to it. It'll take a little while. We still got a few missions to do before we actually get there. But right now, what we're going to do at this point is, now that we pick that up, we're going to go ahead and continue on with that mission and take out the next part of it, which is to kill the executioner. Alright, so we're over just essentially right where we were. We'll pick up another one of these codex pages that you can get. Again, I'm not showing them all off, but I am showing a few of them. I didn't see any trophies pertaining to getting all of those, so... Alright, so there is our target, and we have a bunch of enemies to take out. We're going to do this completely stealthy. So the way that this sets it up is not too difficult. We're going to pretty much just drop down. We're going to take out the guy in the haystack, and then we're going to kind of move in a counterclockwise manner all the way over to the main target, and then finish it up by taking out the guys towards the left of us right now. So it's kind of like a nice little counterclockwise pattern that we're going to be doing here. So enjoy.
What was that noise?
Alright, so here's going to be our first look at taking a look at that new ability we just got. You see how we're using it while I'm reading this thing? It's hilarious. I'm not even in control of my character right now because we're controlling the pages, but she's automatically dodging without us doing anything, so that was really cool. I really like it. And then you can just start doing a lot of hits, take them out really quickly. Pretty awesome move, if I do say so myself.
Thank you for freeing us.
Thank you.
You saved me!
All right, so you can see that we still have a little bit more stuff that are over here, and we have some more viewpoints to do. We're going to go ahead and finish up this entire storyline here, like through the next 30-40 minutes. So sit back, relax, enjoy as we go through this and figure all the stuff out. But we're going to do that first by going over to this location here, which is going to take us to a temple, and then in that temple we can pick up, whatever the temple requires for us, and then we'll head on and continue with the next part of the mission.
Bow down before the Kabukimono! We are the most feared ronin in the land!
Whoa there!
Forgive her. She has fallen under the spell of the Kabukimono. Troublesome ronin growing in number.
I thought ronin was swords for hire.
Kabukimono are different from other ronin. They scorn law and customs, disrupt our social harmony. Their colorful robes and disregard for civility is exciting for young people. But it's the poor and defenseless who suffer.
And the daimyo do nothing about this?
The daimyo are too busy with their battles and intrigues to hear the people's plea for justice.
I hear them. Justice will be done.
right, so here we go. We got Stolen Faith is going to be the next one. We need to find Mitsumune. Hopefully I said that right. He camps in the falls. Now, we don't know exactly where that is because that's why it's so very important that I feel the first thing you should do in every section you go to is just to get all the viewpoints. Even though some of those viewpoints are really hard to get because they're locked behind castles and stuff. But in doing so, just unlocks the entire map, at least so you can see the names, which will make being able to find these places a little bit easier. Because we have no idea where this location is. All we know is it's north of the Amagaski, Amagasakai, I can't read it, Amagasakai. We know that it's north of there, so we're thinking it's somewhere over in this area, so we might as well go ahead and get this viewpoint. So that's essentially what you're seeing me do here, and then we'll, of course, make our way over to that location. It's not that far from here, so there's no need to kind of skip. Some moments, obviously, I won't skip ahead, and I'll show you guys just the beauty of the game. Listen, on PS5, it runs pretty good. It definitely doesn't look as good as the PC counterpart. That's obvious. I've got this on PC as well, and the PC version just looks so much better. The PlayStation version on performance mode gets a little grainy sometimes when you're looking a little further away. It can't be helped. You know, we're at that point in the system's life cycle. Obviously, a PS5 Pro is going to make things look significantly better, but it is what it is. But I really enjoy playing the PS5 version so far. So here are something new that you haven't seen yet. So when you find these little things floating in the air, you need to go up to them and collect them. These are keys that can be used for the exchange to unlock new content. So I guess new content is going to be coming out, and you can use those keys to unlock. I don't know exactly how it works, but you do that in the Animus world, which will show you a little bit of that a little bit later once we get towards the end of this mission, or the end of this mission line here, because it ties into the actual mission line. So this is one of those viewpoints, again, that you'll need to pick up so you can hopefully find the next location that you're trying to go to. And of course, there's enemies at this one as well. Now, the great thing about going prone is that even in this tiny, tiny grass right here, it allows you to be sneaky. So it's pretty cool, although it's not really going to do us too much of a favor here because you still couldn't, for whatever reason, get the assassination. But using that ability again, I just love. I mean, just look at that. So cool. I think that's one of the things that's going to help this game stand out from Ghost of Tsushima. You know, in Ghost of Tsushima, the only time you got this kind of mode was when you earned it way, way late in the game, like towards Act 3. But this is pretty cool. I mean, this is just a regular ability. These guys, here's the thing though, these guys with the big weapon like this, they do the same thing over and over, and it doesn't matter who it is, what they look like. If they have that big weapon, it's so easy to get around them. The only thing that makes it tough is when you have multiple people, because then you have to worry about them and me at the same time, and that's when you can really take a lot of the damage you're doing, is because you're trying to fend off the other guy while not paying attention to that one. But when you have one-on-one situations between these guys here, it's pretty easy to defend. And of course, you can use your ranged weapons as well. So we're going to grab this viewpoint, and it just so happens that we're really, really close, because it was the question mark that's like right next to this viewpoint of where the part of the next mission is going to continue. So I'll let you guys see how we find that and all that good stuff, and then we'll continue on from there. Totally almost forgot about this little section right here. This is where we're going to stumble across another trophy. This one pertains to falling and then rolling at the last second. This is called Sometime. This is trophy 12 of 55. In order to be able to get this, you do need to unlock the skill that allows you to be able to roll when you fall from a great distance, to keep yourself from taking too much health damage. I don't like the way they set up these little things here, because it's so hard to get to the top. It's so hard to grab that, because your character, the way your character moves is not the way you would think he moves. There's a little bit of weight behind the characters, so therefore, like, they're not instantaneous, so you can kind of get stuck if you have to climb this very small thing, and it can kind of screw you up a little bit. But let's continue on now.
The waterfall. This must be the place.
We'll find a way, brother. We always do. Koretake cut off our supplies. Never eat again.
Mitsumune.
If you've come to steal, we have nothing.
I come on behalf of Kyonyo. We're going after Wada Koretake, and we need your numbers.
We were 40,000 strong when Oda Nobunaga's armies attacked. A direct assault on Wada Koretake is sure to make us zero.
No, we stand a chance. A reliable source tells me he's vulnerable at Amagasaki Castle.
You have courage. But Kyonyo would not want me if he knew I lost the statue.
Statue?
Kyonyo entrusted me with one of our oldest statues, of Shinran. Shinran granted us access to the pure land in the afterlife, offered the way of Buddha to the common folk.
I am common folk. I've never heard of him.
Better for you. Even uttering Shinran's name these days can get you killed. But it was stolen. Taken by bandits in a bloody fight. We don't have the strength to take it back.
We need you. If that means retrieving a statue, then that's what I'll do.
We will see.
Easy. Yup.
All right, we're going to deviate from the main mission here, and we're going to go over to this one. This is a Path of Valor. So this essentially is you just need to continually follow the trail, and it will eventually lead you to some good loot. So it's all marked in yellow. It might be a little hard to see, especially because we're doing this at nighttime. Obviously, it'd be a lot easier to see during the daytime, but just continue to follow wherever you see the yellow, and then you will eventually complete this knowledge point.
Easy.
So we have arrived at the location that we need to, even though it doesn't say it yet. This is the location that you need to do. Particularly, it's called the Post Town, but until you get a little bit closer, it doesn't let you know that it is, even though we're right in front of it. It's all the same. It's a very long, kind of narrow town. But once you get a little bit closer to the gate,
Certainly.
and there you go. See, we just discovered it.
Overrun by bandits, like everywhere
Now,
else.
we're going to do this stealthy. We're going to go in, we're going to grab the thing that we need, and then we're going to get out. I'm saving all of the areas of, you know, getting... That's one thing that I'm a little frustrated about this here is Ghost of Tsushima did a great job in when you went to a fort area or something like that that you needed to destroy, or, you know, take everybody out, it let you know that it was done and there wouldn't be guys there anymore. You know what I mean? This game doesn't do it that way. This game has these things called seasons, so that every single time you go to these areas, there's enemies. So if the season changes, and the season can change randomly after some time, like I actually changed seasons in the middle of what you've seen here through this entire part, even though you really can't tell, but we've changed seasons. The way it does it is if you... for me, it happened when I was fast traveling from one location to another on the opposite side of the area. Then it just had this changing season cinematic that happened, and then it was a different season. And it said that all of the enemies in those locations respawn, and you know, and that kind of thing. So you always have more and more enemies to be able to take out and fight. I don't necessarily like that. I mean, I understand that. It feels more realistic. You know, they're going to send more people out there to keep those places. You know, you're not someone who's going out there trying to start a revolution and whatever. So therefore, you wouldn't have people there to defend it. But what it does is it's like, is there a way to 100% this area? Do you not 100% the area? Is it you just grab whatever loot and gold that's inside and then you move on? So every one of these areas that I see the little red dots in, I'm like, am I missing something? Is there something I need to do to get it to like go away from being red or something like that? No, it'll come back red. It'll always be red, and more enemies will respawn later once the seasons change. So we're going to try to be as stealthy as possible here. We're going to fail right here. But one thing I do like about this is that there's no other enemies around. So you're supposed to be able to take out individuals from this thing. I think you saw it in the previous video. I don't know. Yeah, you did. You saw it during the mission where we rescued the blacksmith. Well, for whatever reason, he didn't get close enough to us, or we didn't have the correct angle, or I'm not 100% sure why not. But we don't get the prompt of being able to do that, as you can see. So we'll just take these guys out the normal, regular way. But other than that, we're just going to keep heading towards the mission target. We're going to grab it and then head back to where we were before and turn in the statue.
What was that?
Shindam. You've caused a lot of trouble. I should return to the monks at Ninobiki Falls. Your statue.
Ah, yes. I am grateful. But my men will not be grateful. The cost of this statue is blood. I do not think they are ready for that. Are you ready for that?
I am. The waterfall will run red, but the blood will not be ours.
I see. Take the statue to Kyonyo. I am no longer a worthy protector. Tell him, when the time comes, we will fight.
Kyonyo will be pleased to hear Koretake's location is exposed. We'll need those reinforcements. Yukuzo!
All right, so this is a big part. This is where the main mission, the big finale of this is going to start to take place. You're going to see this big anomaly that happens. I was very confused at what was going on, but all of it will be explained, I'm sure, a little bit later. I'm still a little confused on what's going on, but it's a part of the story that we're hopefully going to understand in a little bit.
I'd hoped hoped we'd meet again. You've been through a lot. Your time in Animus Ego was meant to weaken you. A drip feed of memories to subdue you and to invade your senses. The others before you called it a bleeding effect. And when it has hollowed you out from within, she will claim you. But you're learning how to counteract it. You see the faint glimmers on the darkened path before you. Naoe and Yasuke are long gone from this world. But in these memories, their will to fight burns as a flame. I must go. Find me again.
Yeah, so as I said, you know, you're just getting a little bit of kind of what's going on in the future. I'm sure we're going to get a lot more once the story continues to go. I'm actually excited to see where they're finally going to take this because we don't get a lot of modern day stuff. But this has to do with the tutorial for the anomalies. So if you go into this section here, you'll see that there are things you can do. The Legacy, Awakening, Shadows, Projects, and Anomalies. We're not clicking on them yet. You get special rewards for doing them. They're timed events and things like that. We'll figure them out eventually, but right now we're not getting into it as we're trying to finish the final portion of this main story.
Kyonyo.
Ah, she returns. With news, I hope.
Wada Koretake is at Amagaski Castle.
And what about Mitsumune?
His people are exhausted and hungry, but they will fight.
You may as well sacrifice them. There must be a peaceful solution.
You confuse me for my father, Yaya. I never wanted peace. Not until we take back what's ours. Not until Wada Koretake is dead. Naoe, are you ready to finish what we started?
I am ready. Wada Koretake must die.
I will not go to war for you. I will go to make sure you don't get Mitsumune killed.
We attack at nightfall then. His stronghold will be less defended.
Ready your blades. Send word to Nunobiki Forest. We march to Amagaski Castle.
He's not here. I hope Mitsumune came to his senses.
Maybe not.
Yaya. I did not expect you.
She retired for a time to the forest to commune with the birds.
I came to show Kyonyo which end of his Naginata is the pointy one.
I considered giving up. But we are here because of her.
It is not too late to turn back.
Promise me, Plum. She's just a child. No! Let them suffer. Let them die in pain.
No, we fight.
My brave Sohei! Oda Nobunaga has brought us to the edge of extinction. Wada Koretake threatens to push us over! Tonight, we end the destruction! We succeed! Or we die! Fighting!
There he is.
Vengeance is close.
All right, so we're back at that castle that we were earlier when we picked up that viewpoint and the samurai. So this is essentially just knock out all of these guys, or just take out the ones that are in blue. Very simplistic first part of the mission here. Once you take out all of these guys, who are the snipers at the gates, then you're going to head to the area where your main target is. But, excuse me, the problem that I had with it is that I ran over to where the target was thinking that it was just going to be a straight up like boss fight. But the thing is, I guess you can go back into stealth mode, and I didn't realize that at the time, so maybe you can stealth up to the guy. I don't know if you can take him out like to the death, because you do have a boss fight with him, and so my thinking is you might be able to get like a cheap shot on him or something, and then it goes into the boss fight. I don't know exactly how it works in this situation, but you'll see what I'm talking about once we get up there. But just run around until you're able to take out all the guys in the blue, and then I'll come back at you whenever we get to that next part.
Now to stop the shooters on the other side. Now it's safe for the monks to...
All right, so now we need to head to the courtyard. So again, I don't know where the courtyard is or anything like that, but I just stumbled right into it right here, and had no clue it was right there. And then immediately there's just, you know, guys right here. So that's probably a lot of my fault. We're gonna immediately get caught. But I'm guessing you would have been able to stealth a lot of these guys. And I'm going to continue to try to maybe continue to be stealthy if I can get back into stealth, but it's really, really hard to do. As you can see, some of them are onto us, but not all of them. And it doesn't look like the main baddie has been aware that we're here yet. I mean, they're obviously following the directions we're going in, but there's just guards all over. Now, granted, you know, this was the first time I was going through this, and I could have done so much better. I was just panicking because in expert mode, it just takes a few shots, you know, and you're dead. So as you can see, he's going to rush up on me now. He's going to pretty much know that I'm here. So I thought I was able to get back into stealth here, but he just automatically knows where I am. Because there's a guy who's sneaking up behind us right now that I didn't even see. So, and then it goes right into the boss fight. So, but this is what having this ability is great for. I would have really loved there to be a conversation before the fight.
Words. They will be your last.
But that's what this ability really is great for, because it allows him to continually hit us. And look, we're taking all of his armor down. Good. It's just the other guys around that make it really, really difficult as well. There we go. So now we've got his armor down. But look at that. Just one shot got me almost all the way down there. Now remember, you can also switch your weapon to the katana so you have another ability and kind of go back and forth. Just like God of War, if you wanted to do, though, you know, play it like that. I don't know what the purple, it must be some type of like poison or something if you get hit. As you can see, they're just relentless. Amazingly enough, I don't die here. Can you believe it? I'm trying to get back into stealth, but I just can't quite quite do it.
Let's see what you got.
I thought maybe I got it here. Maybe I'm in stealth. I can't really tell. He's running at me. Up and no way. And luckily enough, we were able to get our ability back. But unfortunately, this guy just likes to get right in my way. So I was hitting everyone else but the guy that I actually wanted to hit. And then, of course, I lost it at that point. And the other crazy thing is, the moment you take him out, all the other guys just disappear, and that's it. Also, I really should have grabbed that right there as a missed opportunity. And look how much damage those things do. We took him out just like that, and that's it. Boss fight complete.
Where is the box? Where? You cut open my father. You left him to suffer, to die in pain.
It's what you and your kind deserve.
My father taught me to survive. And every day since, I have thought of only one thing. Making you suffer. Wait! Stop!
Mitsumune! This is for every soul Oda Nobunaga burned alive after they surrendered and were promised peace!
No! This is Oda Nobunaga's way, not ours!
You give us blades. You tell us to defend the temple with our lives. Then you sign peace treaties with demons. Abandon us to slaughter. And right when I am on the edge of despair, you send her. Tell them these men don't deserve to live.
The fight is over, Mitsumune. Killing these men accomplishes nothing.
She is right. These men deserve forgiveness, as we all do. You too, Naoe. This is your doing.
Let these men go.
You said you were ready for blood. The veins of my people opened for you. I hope it was worth it.
How did you feel when your father disowned you?
Lost.
When my father died, there was a moment when it felt like he was everywhere, all around me. The next moment, he was nowhere. I felt devoured by emptiness. I thought killing Wada Koretake would fill it. These men are dead because of me.
No, because of Oda Nobunaga.
Maybe. Maybe this fight should be my own.
One of my duties as abbot is to entrust our sacred artifacts to those who need them most. Shinra gave hope to thousands upon thousands. Despite what you feel now, Naoe, we are still breathing. There is still hope. That is what fills the emptiness.
Thank you. I hope you and your father can one day forgive each other.
All right, well, there you go. Mission, target, Wade, Koretake Taki is complete. So that is our first actual kill from the, I believe it was 13 people that were kind of the main villains that we need to take out. The ones that were there when, with our father and myself. So, yeah, lots of new things to equip. And then what we're going to spend the rest of this video on is grabbing the rest of the viewpoints. So sit back, relax, and enjoy with the sounds of Assassin's Creed. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. That's going to be it as far as my own commentary for this. But yeah, I'm having a great time playing it. I'm trying to get through it as much as I can to have these out. So make sure you continue to hit those likes, because the more likes I see on these videos, the quicker I will get them out there to you guys. Because then I know you're excited, you want to see more, and you're having a good time. And that's what it's all about. It's all about having a good time, trying to be informative, and making these walkthroughs the best that I can. So thank you guys so much for watching, and enjoy the rest of the video. Peace.
My day just got better. Whoa. Practice makes perfect.